Senate begins moves to ensure immediate relocation of oil and gas companies to their operational bases in Niger Delta. Welcome to the news. The Senate has begun moves to ensure that all oil and gas companies in Nigeria, as a matter of urgency, relocate to the operational bases, especially in the Niger Delta geopolitical zone of the country. To fast-track the movement of the companies, the Senate on Tuesday mandated its Committee on Petroleum Resources, Upstream, Downstream Petroleum Sector and Gas to liaise with the Ministry of Petroleum Resources and the Presidential Implementation Committee on the Petroleum Industry Act, PIA, to facilitate the relocation of the oil and gas companies in Nigeria to their various operational bases to ensure their smooth operations. The committees on upstream, downstream and gas are chaired by Senators Mohammed Sabo, All Progressive Congress APC, Jigawa Southwest, Albert Bassi Akpan, People's Democratic Party PDP, Akwa Ibom Northeast, and James Manager, PDP Delta South, respectively. Resolution of the Senate was sequel to a motion titled Urgent Need to Encourage All Multinational and Nigerian Oil and Gas Company to Relocate to the Operational Bases. The motion was sponsored by Senator Albert Bassi Akpan PDP, Akwa Ibom Northeast, and co-sponsored by 23 others. Presenting the motion, Senator Akpan said that the Senate notes which concern that multinational and Nigerian oil and gas companies have over the years been operating from their respective operational bases until militancy and insecurity in the host communities in the Niger Delta became the order of the day. Also notes that the reason preferred by the oil and gas companies for not relocating to their host communities has always been due to insecurity and hostilities in the host community. According to him, the Senate is aware that operating outside the host communities and the operational base is the reason for the high cost of production, which has been the bane of the country's oil and gas industry. Militating against maximum revenue from crude oil and gas sales to the Federation account, recalls that this high cost of production has been one of the most contentious elements of our petroleum industry value chain. Senator Akpan said that the Senate is convinced that the recent passage and signing into law of the Petroleum Industry Act 2021 PIA by the National Assembly and the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria respectively is a major milestone towards the restoration of lasting peace in the host communities. Further convinced that the Petroleum Industry Act 2021 now places certain responsibilities on the security, peace and safety of oil and gas infrastructure on a host community to safeguard and ensure peaceful coexistence between oil and gas company and their host community. According to him, the upper chamber is further convinced that it is an opportunity to restore, recover and rehabilitate the massive and huge infrastructure facilities abandoned by the various oil and gas companies in their various operational bases to ensure their full utilization, and assured that the relocation of these companies to host communities will further boost development in those areas and enhance the corporate social relationship and strengthen our collective resolve to considerably reduce the contentious cost of production and ensure adequate returns to the Federation's account. Well, this is a good one, and we are not going to rejoice yet because it has not been done. They say they began the move. It has not been completely moved. And for them moving it now, I do not know what their reasons are, because the last time I checked, the insecurity level was the reason that these companies moved away from their host communities. And I hope it is not because of the present revenue being generated by Lagos State and its counterpart River State that is making all these things now. That is making all these things happen, that is pushing this thing to the light every day. Well, let us continue to hope that it's only for the good intention and the good intention of the citizens of Nigeria. Like I said, we are not to rejoice yet, because it can be halted at any time. And according to the news, they said it has begun its move. So we are only going to clap our hands for them when the move has taken place, and we are sure that it is just as they have said. What made these oil companies to move their offices to Lagos in the first place? Insecurity. Has it been removed completely from the Niger Delta? Exactly my point. No. Militants in the Niger Delta still have capacity to attack oil wells and this company too if they come back. The kidnapping of foreigners and senior oil workers may start again. What is the news of having a very good and promising job that may cut your life short? The whole country today is suffering because of insecurity, and people are running away from areas where bandits are infested, and you are trying to make oil companies to go back to Niger State without totally removing the armed militants from the Niger Delta area. Well, I disagree with some part of this because I'm going to say, why are these people, why are they militants in Niger Delta? We all know the reason. It is because that particular region have been, as in, for a place that brings something as very, very profitable as Nigeria's oil, which a certain person referred to the golden eggs of Nigeria. The goose laying the golden eggs. Now, why would we think there will be militants there? It is because those people are not in any way, they are not ahead, they are behind in infrastructural development, social amenities, and what have you. That is why, if there is no marginalization and things are being fair, and that region, for the fact that it is bringing out the nation's, one of the nation's wealth, that is part of one of the places that is hosting the nation's wealth, that is housing it, it should be developed. Infrastructural facilities there are not to be lacked. Social amenities are not to be lacked. But what do we have? The reverse is the case. I am housing what will bring me wealth, and people are just coming to run me dry. They're not saying, okay, this person housing it or this in housing it, how do we make its life better so that it can even produce more? No. Yes, it's true that there are militants and there is insecurity level in the Niger Delta region. But what triggered it? We are not supposed to just be saying things from the surface. We should go to the root cause. It is because this particular state also have been marginalized, just like every citizen of this country. I'm not saying the move should not happen, and I'm saying it should be done with good intention, because vividly these things are in Lagos. This particular host company is now, it was moved to Lagos and I think one other states. It was moved to Lagos. Now, because of the revenue, generated by the Lagos state from VAT. Now, I do not know if that is their motion or reason behind the moving. We are not going to assume. But let's say they want to move it back. They should sort these things out. They should make the residents and the citizens of that particular place, they should make them at least happy. This is not even about making them happy. Do your normal duties. Infrastructural development, there should be social amenities available. All those basic things that needs a state to boom. Everything that will make it grow. Since they are housing one of the wealth of a nation, it is only fair and it is only rational that these things are done. Well, why will keep waiting on this bill to be done completely? Because at this stage it is merely just like they are just trying to move it. It has not been moved. Why we hope it happens, and we also pray that they do what they have not done for a very long time. They give those people back their lives, because I cannot be housing the wealth of a nation and I am left haggard and untidy. I should have infrastructural facilities, the basic things, the duties of the government to me must be carried out. That is what they are saying, and not marginalization. On this note, we have come to the end of the news. Thank you all for listening, and enjoy the rest of your day.